Russian President Vladimir Putin appointed General Sergei Surovikin to lead the attack on Ukraine. Sergei Surovikin is a general known for his brutality. The appointment of General Sergei Surovikin is considered so that Russia's attack on Ukraine will be even more ferocious. For your information, Russian forces have suffered a series of dramatic setbacks in northeastern and southern Ukraine in recent weeks. The setback in the Russian offensive led to the dismissal of the commanders of 2 of the 5 Russian military regions. Returning to General Sergei Surovikin, his appointment came the same day Putin was dealt an embarrassing blow after the explosion at the Kerch Bridge submerged a section of the highway into the Kerch Strait and caused a massive fire on the railroad. The appointment of General Sergei Surovikin shows that Moscow now understands that its military is in danger of collapsing in Ukraine, with Kyiv troops advancing in all 4 areas that Putin claims have been annexed. In addition, the appointment was also seen as a step by the Kremlin to combat criticism from nationalists who accuse the army of mismanaging the war in Ukraine and failing to use tough tactics to force the Kyiv government to surrender. General Sergei Surovikin is the former head of the Russian Air Force. Last summer, he was sworn in as head of the Southern Military Group to replace General Alexander Bornikov, who lasted only a few months in that position. Sergei Surovikin is seen as having increased the combat effectiveness of Russian troops in eastern Ukraine, where poor communication and cooperation reportedly plagued the Russian invasion force. Prior to that, Sergei Surovikin was the general who opened fire on pro-democracy protesters in the 1990s. He is also a veteran commander who led a Russian military expedition in Syria in 2017. At that time, he was accused of using controversial tactics, including indiscriminate bombing of anti-government fighters. Sergei Surovikin has a rocky history. He has been jailed for allegedly selling weapons and leading a military column against protesters during the 1991 coup. He has also served in Tajikistan and Chechnya. For more than 30 years, Surovikin's career has been dogged by accusations of corruption and brutality. British intelligence officials wrote in a recent report on Sergei Surovikin's possible promotion to lead the Southern Military Group. During the 1991 coup attempt launched by Soviet hardliners, Sergei Surovikin, then a captain, led a rifle division that passed through a barricade set up by pro-democracy protesters. 3 people died in the clashes, including one who was run over. It is highly symbolic that Sergei Surovikin, the lone officer who ordered to shoot revolutionaries in August 1991 and actually killed 3 people, is now in charge of the final attempt to restore the Soviet Union, wrote Grigory Yudin, a Russian politician who is also a scientist and sociologist. These people know what they're doing, and they know now. Yevgeny Prigozhin, founder of the notorious Wagner private military company and an outspoken critic of the military leadership, praised Sergei Surovikin's appointment. According to him, Sergei Surovikin is the most capable commander in the Russian army. Surovikin is the most capable commander in the Russian army, said Prigozhin, according to a statement issued by Concord, a company linked to him. According to Prigozhin, Sergei Surovikin is a legendary figure who was born to serve his homeland faithfully. After receiving the order in 1991, Surovikin was the officer who without hesitation got into his tank and stepped out to save his country, he said.